Hey everybody. Um, Tomorrow is a really special day for me. 30 years ago tomorrow, my husband and I had our very first date. And so we're going to have a special celebration. The trick is my husband's going to be out of town until pretty late tomorrow. So we're planning on meeting about halfway between the airport and home for a favorite meal at a favorite restaurant to celebrate our 30 years of being together. And it's going to be at 8:30 at night. Now that's not a time of night when I usually plan to have dinner. So I'm going to be planning a little bit for this. I want to land at a zero before or definitely by the time I land at that restaurant. So I get asked this a lot. How do you plan for an event or a special meal or a lunch out with a friend? And this is basically one way that I do it. I think ahead about, okay, what time is it going to be? I see that that's like an extra meal time for me, really. So throughout the day, as I will go about my normal way of eating, 0 to 5, except I probably, anytime I get hungry after about 2 or so, I'm probably not going to eat all the way to a 5. I'm going to just take a few bites. I don't obsess about what hunger number I'm at because, as you know by now, if you know me, I like to think of it in terms of hungry or not hungry. But when I'm at a 0, anytime after 2, probably after 2, maybe after 3, I will probably just have a couple bites of something, or I will choose to have something that I know doesn't sustain me that long. And that way I know that I'm going to be hungry later. I know that normally I eat dinner about 6 o'clock. Well, I want to be able to go right past that hour of the evening. Or I want to plan to be hungry then too. I could do that. Being hungry at about 6 and again at 8:30 isn't impossible. The trick is we've got to see that 0 to 5 eating isn't an entitlement. We can use hunger and satisfaction any way we like. We can just eat a few bites to shave off the hunger, and that's fine. So that's probably what I'm going to do a little bit of tomorrow, late afternoon and evening, because I'm meeting my husband so late. I want to be sure that I land on 0 for that meal. Now, some people might wonder, well, but if you're eating right before bed, you're going to gain weight. I find that's not really true. When I eat a meal that late in the evening, and that doesn't happen very often, and I still go to bed when I normally would, I just find that in the morning it takes longer for me to find a 0. So I don't eat breakfast. A lot of people who find that they gain weight because of late night eating has more to do with eating before you're hungry again in the morning. Because if you're eating when you're hungry and stopping when you're not, it's really a reliable way of releasing your extra weight and then maintaining the weight the size that you should be. And that's the honest to goodness truth. Okay, so that's a plan for me for tomorrow and how I'm going to manage landing on 0 at 8:30 in the evening. The other little tidbit that I want to be sure to share with you is, and this might seem crazy, but it's okay to be at a 0 a little bit longer than an hour, 2 hours. No, I mean, I used to think that if I was hungry, I was going to be, I don't know, dead or something, or hurt, or tormented, whatever. But the truth is, we can land at a 0 an hour before an event, and it will be okay. It really will. We can be hungry for a little while, and that'll be okay. I'm not talking about, intentionally starving yourself. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about anticipating that you're going to have a great meal in an hour, and Lord, just help me to stay hungry so that in an hour I can enjoy this meal, and I'll really enjoy it knowing that I didn't cheat in any way or, kind of deceive myself. I know, too, that when I eat a meal at any point tomorrow, I can choose as I look ahead, okay, I am 4 hours away from 8:30. Maybe I want to be careful not to eat something that will sustain me too long, because I could eat 0 to 5, and if it's something that I know sustains me a little longer, then I might still not be at a 0 at 8:30. I could choose to have a few bites of that very sustaining food, and it would probably work out fine. But again, if I guess wrong and I'm hungry at 7:30, it will be okay. It really will. Anyway, I hope these practical tips help you with a special event or meal out that you're anticipating sometime soon. See ya.